Welcome back to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. This is episode 33. Today is June 26th, 2020, the last weekend of June, and it's still very warm out here in Texas. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying healthy. I know the COVID thing has kind of popped up again, spiked new cases all across the country. Some states are locking back down. Hopefully yours isn't, and you're able to stay healthy and get out a little bit. Fortunately, it sounds like the riots and whatnot have died down, and hopefully that'll dissipate as we head into 4th of July weekend next weekend, and maybe that'll be the last we'll hear of it. But right now, we're going to take a look at previews. This is July 20th previews, and this will be for new number ones coming out in September. This is my second take on this. I was going too slow on the first one, so I'm going to really just cut a lot of stuff out. We're going to start right off with this comic in here called The Department of Truth. It is a Image imprint. Over here, sorry about that. And you can take a look at it here. Written James Tynion the Fourth is the writer. The artist is Martin Simmons, and this is about a guy who figures out the conspiracies. All these conspiracy theories are actually true, and there's a department that's kind of keeping them from being discovered. So here we got some of the artwork here. As you can see, very artsy. Looks like a mixed media type setup for this art, and I'm not really catching on here, and there wasn't enough here for me to really get any kind of idea of the story, if I'd like it or not. So I'm thinking it might be a pass for me. I don't think I could read many issues of this if the art's going to be like this all the way through, because this is a visual medium, so we don't something exciting. Last frame here is up is down, down is up. Let's go to the next one here. It's Stillwater by Chip Zdarsky, sorry, and Ramon K. Perez is the artist, and Mike Spicer is the artist as well. And their tagline for this is, "Nobody dies in the town of Stillwater. That's not just a promise, it's a threat." So, take a look at this kind of odd cover here. And the art looks more normal. Once again, you don't get too much of a feel for what goes on in the book. Someone gets pushed off a building. Looks like he's dying. They take him to the doctor's office, and that's kind of how it ends. You don't know what happened to him. So, might be pretty good. I think, from what I understand, Chip Zdarsky is on a kind of a roll right now. He's writing well. Next one is a hardcover book, I guess, so this is a reissue. Dracula, Mother, So, written by Alex DeCampi, Erica Henderson is the artist, and here's like a sample of some of the art in here. Kind of looks like you need the 3D glasses. I'm looking at the way the color set up on here. It's got that little shift to it. So it is a vampire story, looking like it takes place in Hollywood. They don't really reveal too much in these 3 pages, so let's go to the next one. And that's Inkblot number 1, new series written by Emma Kubert. Yes, she's one of the Kuberts, and Rusty Glad, who also, they both did the artwork as well, and it's about a young sorceress, a very powerful one. I do like the artwork in this. Not sure crazy about the fantasy element of it, but give you a little look at that. But it has something to do with her working with ink, doing a spell, and falling asleep. Maybe she does a spell in her sleep, and I guess she produces that very powerful cat out of all this. You can see the spells taking place right there, so that's where that ends. And the last one for Image is Ice Cream Man, this arc here, special number 1. It's the Quarantine comic special. So not too much to say about this one. There's no extra art on it. And then we're going to go over to the next group, next publisher, which is, gosh, what was it? Dark Horse. I can find it. There we go. And they had a few new offerings as well. Yeah, that's it here. Okay, first one is a Umbrella Academy spin-off with the character Seance, and it's called You Look Like Death. I didn't read the comics. I did see the show. I'd like the show quite a bit. And this looks like it's a 1 of 6 issue run on this spin-off. And there's a sample of the artwork. I don't know if the art was like this in the original ones or not, but that's what we got for that. This is Cyberpunk 2077. I'm assuming this is an arc as well. It's a 1 of 4. It's written by Colin Bunn. Well, the other one was written by Gerard Way, who I believe is the Chemical Romance guy as well. And you can get a little sample of the Cyberpunk here. You just have one page of sample art, and then we have Stranger Things, Science Camp. It's Terror at a Camp Nowhere. Okay, Stranger Things Camp, Science Camp is 1 of 4, and you can see here, come in here, you can see who wrote on it or worked on it. And please give me some comments if this is worth watching or not. Stranger Things. And they don't show a lot. It's one page again. They're shooting off the rockets for their rocketry badge, probably. Chelsea Kane. You might know her from Man Eaters. Okay. Spy Island, a Bermuda Triangle mystery. And of course, she has a female lead, as would be her MO in most of these, most of her work. Bill and Ted are back as Bill and Ted Are Doomed. This is a 1 of 4 run. Evan Dorkin and Roger Langridge, the two working on this. I'll pull back a little bit so you can see that cover. The Orville's back with a 1 of 2, it looks like 1 of 2 issues, season 2. Here you go. Let's get in here so you can see the details of that a little bit. We'll pull back slowly. And then we go into the running ongoing series. So let's head forward. I think Dynamite didn't have anything. It's IDW's up next. Let's see what they got. They had some new Goosebumps. I don't know if you're interested in that, but we'll skip to the next thing. Speed up a bit. Sonic, Bad Guys, 1 of 4. You want to take a look at who's working on that? I don't know. Jack Lawrence and Ian Flynn. There's a Star Wars adventure coming out, Tales of Villainy. And let's get you on here so you can see who's working on that. If you're interested in that, it doesn't say how many, if it's a one-shot or not, I'm not sure. And then coloring books, we don't need to see that. And then, okay, let's go to, I believe, next one is Dynamite, and they didn't have any new number 1s, just continuing series in their Vampirella. Give them a little bit of time. Sacred 6, Red Sonja Attacks Mars, Betty Page is back, looking good, Betty. Green Hornet, okay. The Boys, of course. Okay, give them enough plug. Let's go to one that's working, and that would be Boom Studios. Now they're advertising Win. I know this is already in the stores. It's another Tinyon book as well. So he's got, this one's been out, I'm sure, for at least a month. But they also have 2, 3, 4. So I'm thinking maybe that's the second printing. It might be doing really well. And that's it for, I thought that was it. Well, and here's another one. We only find them when they're dead. Gem of the Month, Al Ewing, Simone DeMeo. And give you a little bit more hint on this, what it looks like. And these are just the other, maybe other covers, variants. Kind of neat artwork. And in Kindness of Ravens, 1 of 5. Dan Panosian, Marianne Ignacy, and the art was Dan. And this looks like it could be an interesting book. Don't know what it's about. And it looks like maybe something to do with misfit kids. Firefly, Blue Sun Rising, 0. So Greg Pak's taken the writing on this. Dan McDonald. So that's the first Firefly event, as they're saying. Okay, and that might be it. Firefly, is this number 1? Oh, this is a novel. Okay, so it looks like we're out of the number 1s, floppies. Let's move on out of here. And the smaller places, I don't know if there's anything here. Sort of trades. Here's one of my favorite writers, Terry Moore. Really like his stuff. I really like his art style, mostly in black and white. Okay, and these are just some odds and ends here. Hoping to get to some more number 1s. Here's something, Lonely Receiver by Aftershock. Let's get in here. Zach Thompson is the writer. Jen Hickman. You know, you can always pause this too and read a little bit about it. It's hard for me to read it. So that looks kind of horrifying. There's some sample pages. Miles to Go by B. Clay Moore. It's a writer. It looks like a female lead. An unlikely assassin in a deadly game of cat and mouse. Okay, and there she is. There's B. Claymore. Here's some sample art. I don't know if that's doing anything for you. Okay, looks like we're done with the number 1s for Aftershock. Okay, we're in. Sorry, camera works sucky. Hatchet. Okay, some Halloween things coming up. Zorro. This is American mythology. Wings of Death. I don't know if they have anything new coming out. I do like American mythology. I've got a number of floppies from them, and I've been enjoying those. They're well written, drawn well too. Cayman American. Okay, I don't know if this is new or not. Antarctic Press. There's Rags. Gold Digger. Okay, series finale. Let's take a look again. Boys. Okay. Betty and Veronica. So this is Archie. Yeah, there's hardly any number 1s. I think people they're holding off on the number 1s just to see how things hold out. So Spider-Woman's got a number 1 coming out. There she's in her other opposite. Get the set. Aspen. I don't see anything. These are prints. And Avatar Press. Number 1, Grendel, Kentucky. Looks like it has something to do with marijuana, perhaps. Written by Jeff McComsey, I'm assuming. It's kind of like an illegal operation going on there. Okay, so that's the new one, number 1 for Awa. And everything else is continuation. Where are we at? We're at 14 minutes. I think I'm going to cut it here. So I'm not really seeing anything that's jumping out at me any longer. So there's a spirit. Let's get in there. It's interesting. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. This is Indie Comics Jones from the Temple of Tomes, signing off. Be kind to everybody and take care of yourself, okay? I'll talk to you later.